Subscribe to our YouTube Club 520. We clowning on that mother.
Just hit the button.
God.
Don't ask more questions.
Subscribe.
Man, and it's crazy. Like you talking about how you was playing, how the game is evolved now. What's interesting, you talk about TV deals, and like I hope it doesn't come to an end, but it's kind of what it's looking like. Y'all teammate Kenny Smith, like for what they did, I think that more people need to pay attention to how inside the NBA helped perpetuate that. I know that's not the only thing about that, but the way that they cover the game, especially in today's modern era with social media, they help project a lot of people to have their own brands or own rebuttals to do stuff like this. No. So how was that to see him go from your teammates to see what he's doing now?
Well, I already told that motherfucker. You know, Kenny, my nigga, you know I love you, boy. I told him, I said, that's what he was going to be, a commentator, because, you know, Kenny speaks so fluid and so well. Yeah. You know, he's so educated and shit, you know what I mean? But I told him, nigga, you was a decent, I'm sorry, Kenny, you was a great ball player. I had to take that to this motherfucker because I know he gonna see this shit. But yeah, Kenny was a great ball player, but you know what I mean? But I always said to Kenny, I knew he was gonna be an announcer or some form of fashion doing that shit, what he's doing with TNT. Yeah. I mean, it's great. I mean, I'd love to see Kenny up there because, you know, he always bring my ass up in a lot of conversations.
Always showing love.
And I'd be like, God damn, Kenny, why you put me in this shit? I'm over here smoking this goddamn blunt, over here getting high, and you got me in this shit, man. I'm just watching you, nigga. What we talking about, Kenny? But I mean, but I love what Kenny's doing. That's my guy. You know, Kenny, I love his family. I know I know it. Kenny knew my family. I knew his family. I mean, we lived next door to each other. We was like next door neighbors, man. This motherfucker, I mean, this is weird. And I mean, that's my guy. I love him to death, and kudos to my nigga. You know, he know I love him so much, so yeah.
It's always funny to see Kenny, like, how he like run now with like his knees up. Like, he the coldest ever to play knock knee. Like
that shit got worse when he got older. Shit got worse, because that nigga wasn't running like that. That nigga,
I was like, he the coldest.
That's what I always confuse us.
That nigga, the Jet, you remember, they called that nigga the Jet.
That's what confused us.
That's what we say, he the coldest.
That nigga, that nigga clacking knees and shit. That nigga,
the helicopter.
My nigga be running up that motherfucker, and he be making sure, hey, y'all niggas don't, you get ready to beat me up? Hold on now. You gonna beat me up to this motherfucking board, nigga. That motherfucker be ready, cause them knees getting ready to hit up again. Boy, let me stop talking about my nigga, boy. Hey, boy, Kenny, come on my show, boy. I love you, boy. Come on now, stop with this bullshit, though. All right? I'm just, hey, boy, you know what we do. Hey, you know what this is.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, love. Now listen, man, I gotta ask you about this. We from NAP, you know what I'm saying? Pioneers and Indiana Pacers, you know what I'm saying? What they did at the Palace. But you was an OG in that. You was one of the first people to get active in the stands. I gotta ask you, who was worse, the Portland fans or the Utah fans?
Well, I'm gonna put Portland because the motherfucker was talking about my motherfucking stillborn daughter.
Yeah,
you know what
that's
I mean?
crazy.
And that was a problem. You know, I kept telling the damn security guard, I was like, yo, I was telling this motherfucker, I was like, yo, do you hear what this motherfucking white boy is saying about my goddamn peoples? And I said, well, true enough, I probably shouldn't have brought my ass back that early, but I felt like that was my sanctuary where I can go and release and not think about my stillborn daughter and shit like that. And the white boy and Nike, we all broadcasted, and they put, like, you know, Vernon Maxwell, Amber, they put her name on my shoes and shit, all that bullshit. And the white boy behind me was talking crazy, like, fuck that bitch, fuck that whore. And I was like telling the damn security guy to sit behind the bench. I was like, man, you better go straighten this motherfucker up. So security guy tell me, Max, I can't do that, man. He pays money. Not alone, it's a nigga. Wow. Nigga sitting behind me talking about, man, I can't do that, man. He pays his money for that ticket. I say, what? I said, okay. I said, man, do you hear what this man saying to me? So he was like, I can't do nothing, Max. So, and then Kenny was sitting beside me, and I think Tim Bro was another guy that, you know, my guy, Tim Bro, what's up?
Yeah.
I gave you a shot at, boy. shit. And, and he was sitting beside me. He was trying to tell me, Max, come on, man. chill now, chill. Don't do it, don't do it. But I'm telling, man, fuck you, motherfucking white boy. I'm telling him like this. Here, I'm cussing and fussing and shit. And then, so I got fed up with it. I got tired. I kept telling this nigga. So I got up. And when I got up, and the nigga was like, oh, he stood up. And nigga, I was like, man, get your bitch ass out the way. I shoved that nigga back over there to the goddamn whiskey bar over there. I slung that motherfucker across that bar. I slung that motherfucker across the bar. I went up there. You say, y'all seen it.
Yeah.
I walked like patiently.
Terminator.
Oh, Lord. I just, bam, 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 and I slapped the shit out of that motherfucker. And it wasn't worth it. the money, the motherfucker. I ain't know, goddamn, I say, damn, they told me how much I was making goddamn in 10 days. And they took 500 from old nigga in 10 games. I was like, goddamn, I ain't want doing like that.
You should have made him after the game.
That motherfucker, goddamn, I should have tried to get that bitch out of the game. But they took 10. And then that was fucked up. And then the Rockets fucked over me too.
Yeah.
And they brought Clyde in, and they didn't even do my whole suspension, the whole 10 games. The motherfuckers never did call me. Nobody never called me and checked on me and said, Vern, you working out, you good, your mental stage is all right, nigga, because we know you mental health, nigga. Yeah. You know, you all right, you know, so, but nobody none of my teammates, nobody never called me, nobody.
Damn.
I was just out on the golf course, just hitting my golf ball and shit. Nobody never called me. Then they brought Clyde in on me without saying anything to me. I thought him bought 2 championships. I mean, well, the first championship in that motherfucker. They would never won without me because, goddamn it.
Talk about it.
In game 3, goddamn it, when we went out to Phoenix, shit, we was down 0-2. Shit. And goddamn it, Max don't go out there and do what I did. I had 30 in the second half, goddamn it. Will, I turned that whole motherfucking series around for fucking H-Town.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And we won that goddamn, I told Dream, come on, baby boy. This my night tonight. Take a back. Damn, big guy. Come on now, you the guy, but it's Max night tonight. Goddamn, Jeff, you know what it's like when you get the cooking?
Yeah, for sure.
Goddamn, I got the cooking. I had 30 in the second half. I had 2 at the half. I was on some drunk shit. Because I was in the club with them white bitches out there in Phoenix. You know how it is, Jeff. You know how it is, Jeff. The white bitches in Phoenix.
Yeah, dude.
Stop acting like you don't know. You out there partying with them white bitches tonight for the game? Cause I ain't worried about damn Molly. Fuck damn Molly. I'm ready to bust damn Molly ass. I got a white boy on me. Ain't no white boy never guard me. So I'm getting ready, like, ain't no white boy guard mad. Fuck that shit. So I turned the fucking series around. And then shit, we won the fucking first championship ever in Houston history.
Yeah.
No baseball, football, or nothing. That was the first championship. And I think I was a big...
You was.
I did that
bro.
shit.
Yeah, no, you was.
I did that shit.
You was, for sure.
I did
for
that
sure
shit.
You was.
It wouldn't have happened without game 3.
Yes.
We couldn't have went down 0-3 to the motherfuckers, Charles Barkley and the motherfuckers, KJ and the motherfuckers. And
They was nice.
Yeah, and yeah, man. So fuck that. So yeah, it's Mad Mac.